Hi everyone! Today I am going to talk to you guys about a puppy haul. I, as you've seen from previous videos, got a dog. Her name is Sadie. And like the true type 1/type 6 Enneagram that I am and firstborn, my love language is presents. And I have bought my dog a lot of presents and a lot of things, some necessary, some not necessary, in the first month. So I wanted to give you guys a rundown of what I've bought my dog in the first month of having her. So I have a list on my phone of things that I have bought my dog in the past month. So I'm going to read them off, and then I'll have them, hopefully some of them, to the side, and then I will link them down below too, for sure. So let's start off with things that I already had. My roommate has a dog and she got hers about a year and a half ago. So we've kind of been through trial and error with the dog already. So I was very lucky. Some things that my roommate already had that I used for Sadie was a crate and a crate mat. Obviously I don't have it right now. It was right here before. She stopped using it, and then I noticed she stopped using it, and then I took it away, and she's been completely fine. So I didn't really see a use for it other than taking up so much space in my room. I feel like if we had a house or something that we would have more room for it, then it would be more useful, whether it's like in the living room. But I just have my bedroom and we have the living room that's like already packed, so she's fine. The next one would be a water dish and a water fountain. So Sadie will drink out of the water dish, just like a feeding dish. And then my roommate bought a water fountain about a month, 2 months ago, probably a month before I got Sadie. And I will link that video and where to buy the water fountain. It's been a godsend, and it's so funny because it's just like a bowl, and you'll see, but it's just like a bowl and it like spigots out water, and they drink together. They drink the water together at the same time. I don't know why, but they do. Another thing that I had that I bought in preparation for getting a dog was a pink 4-foot leash. And this was her leash before. I realized that she wasn't really like a pink girl. And I'm not really a pink girl. She's a lavender girl right now. You can't see anything. She's so tired. Anyways, so within the first 3 days, I think, she chewed through the leash because we were in the car and the leash was right there on her, and she chewed through it, and I was like, okay, cool. Something else is food. My roommate already had dry kibble from Costco that her dog eats, and so Sadie eats that right now. And the food containers as well. And then Riley has a toy bin with a bunch of toys, and so we have that in the living room. And then skipping ahead, but Sadie has one right here in her room, our room. And then another thing that my roommate had, but I bought another one, is a brush. So dogs love to be brushed. And then my roommate also has solidified her favorite poop bags, and so I used hers for the first couple days, and then while my order was coming in after getting Sadie, I got some of my own. So let's get into what I've actually bought Sadie in the first month. So I bought more poop bags. I bought a poop bag holder. I bought her a lavender collar and a lavender 6-foot leash. I bought her a harness, an Easy Walk harness that is amazing and is highly recommended with training. My trainer raves about it. I also bought her an extendable leash where the extendable part is reflective, and that's honestly a godsend for when we go on walks, so that she is able to sniff around when I want her to, but I'm able to also hold her close when needed, and it clicks so it locks. I also bought her which is like not necessary, but actually is really helpful. It's something that Riley has too, is a glow collar. So it's, you know, like the glow bracelets that you get at Halloween or at parties or whatever when you're little. it's basically the same thing, but it charges and it just goes around like on top of her collar, on top of her harness, whatever, and it glows so that if we are in the park at night, then she is able to be seen by me, but also other people. Sometimes we will take both of the dogs out to the park. We live right beside a city park, and if nobody's around, we'll let Riley off leash, and then we have like 100-foot leash for Sadie, and then they can just run around, and that way we can see Riley when she's off leash, and we can see Sadie too, because even though she's on a leash, it's a very long leash and you could definitely still lose her. Another thing that I bought was a food bowl, and then I also bought a snuffle mat, and I have it right here, so I'll show it. This is a snuffle mat. This is a godsend for Riley for sure. Sadie a little bit, she could do without, but it's basically for dogs who eat, I was gonna say people, for dogs who eat too fast or dogs who get really bored with eating. Riley gets really bored and Sadie eats too fast. So I will put usually half of Sadie's food in here and then half of it in her bowl, or like a little less than half in her bowl. But if you, there's like just loops, and then like the loops have like inners, and then there's like the cups, and you can just like spread it all out and make it so that they have to find the food, and Sadie still will just gobble it down. Another thing that I bought Sadie is her bed. I bought this at Petco, I believe. We live right next to a Petco and a PetSmart, and then we have a PetSmart down the street, and I think there was a Pet Club, but I think it just closed. So she loves it. I'm really happy she loves it, because I'm sure if you have a dog, you know that beds are super expensive. My one semi-regret is that she is, as you can kind of see, she likes to hide her face and hide mostly her nose in things, and I wish that I would have gotten one with like the walls and like the walls around it at least 3/4 of the way. I think she would really enjoy that. Live and learn. I didn't know her like this when I bought it. Maybe if she destroys this, not to put the thought in her mind, maybe her next bed, whenever that happens, I'll definitely look into getting the ones with the walls. Another thing that I bought, especially for training, is a treat pouch. I think I got mine online, but usually they have them at PetSmart, and that's an amazing way to start training your dogs. I also bought a travel water bowl, ones that just kind of like pop up. And then I also bought one for the dog park that like the top flips up and you squeeze it and like the water comes out. They love that, and they know that, because I keep it in the fridge so that it's cold because it's hot outside right now. And so they know that if I pull out the water bowl, we're going to the dog park, which is really cute. Another thing that I bought was different treats, usually from the fresh food section for training specifically, so that they're super yummy. And then we also have just like the Little Jack's treats that Riley always used, and that's kind of like household training. So they do love those. I also bought like a bone bag, and I actually had to buy puppy food too. I think I said this in the last update for her 1 month, but we went to the vet, I think a week and a half ago now, and she lost weight. She gained weight and then she lost weight with me having her, and so the vet said to go and try puppy food since it's higher in protein and since she's so active. So I think she's getting heavier. It's really hard to tell, especially with only like a week and a half. But I did have to buy that. Also, with different services on that topic, we've been to the vet 4 times. She's been on 3 different medications, and she goes to daycare, and I paid for training. So those are kind of like hidden things, I guess, that you wouldn't necessarily like buy at the store. But those are definitely necessities. But that's only this month. I think me and my roommate are gonna buy a pass for daycare this next time, because you get, if you buy so many in like a pack, you get like a percentage off or something that way. We also are subscribed to the BarkBox Super Chewer box, subscription box, and they love it. We've only had one, and some of them were really good. There was one that was super flimsy, and they just tore it up and there's like pieces everywhere. But they're like, I mean, Sadie specifically is such like an intense chewer. She gets so bored and will just chew up anything. We have lost a lot of toys, which is what they're supposed to be, but we've lost a lot of toys to her chewing. I'm super excited for the next Super Chewer box. I think it's shark themed, so that'll be really fun. Another thing that I bought Sadie that I didn't totally want to talk about because it's kind of a sensitive subject is that I bought her so many toys, and some of them were so cute, and she is a super chewer, and I honestly don't think that any are still intact, like 100% still intact, like able to like return to the store if even possible type of still intact, which is what they're made for, right? Like they're supposed to chew them up. She doesn't always swallow. She was at first, she was swallowing some pieces, and then we kind of nipped that in the butt, but she has a lot of toys, and they're a good time. We do have 2 Kongs that we use for peanut butter. We'll put peanut butter in them and then put them in the freezer. And then if we leave, since Sadie's still getting used to me leaving, especially during quarantine, trying to get your dog to not be so reliant on you and like not have separation anxiety during quarantine is an intense process that like I don't think anyone's prepared for. So we're trying, but we'll see. She also just gets so bored. So I usually, when I leave, which isn't for a long time, it's maybe an hour, 2 max, which maybe I should try longer. I really don't know. I get nervous because she eats everything. Like she'll start like eating my bed. Like I'm convinced if I leave her for too long. But this is future Caitlin editing this video. First of all, this girl loves her crate. I'm gonna start choking up. She loves her crate, and I took it away from her because I didn't know any better. She didn't sleep in it all that much in the first month. She's still getting used to the whole world and this apartment in the first month. It's the second month, it's almost the end of the second month, and she loves her crate. Like, look at that. She loves it so much as I just hit her in the face. Do you love your crate? This is her safe space. That's what it's meant for, if I can get an angle. Her crate is supposed to be used as a crate, and I wasn't using it as a crate, I was using it as a bed, which it can be a bed. But we have now I put her on the spot, she wants to move. We are now crate training her because that's what a crate's for, and she loves it, and she's so much happier being safe in her crate, even though she's locked in there, even though, I mean, she has room, but it's genuinely like a confined space, you know, that's what it's defined as. But she can lay out, she can have toys in there. I give her toys when she goes in there, so if she gets bored, she has something to do, and she's safe. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with crate training your dog. She now no longer eats things, which is more safe when I leave her, which I don't leave her for long. I don't know yet what I'm gonna do when I go back to the office, which isn't gonna be for another 3-4 months probably, so we can figure it out then. But yeah, if you have a crate and your dog goes in there willingly, take advantage of it. Just take advantage of it. But yeah, the only things that I did buy that I regret or just she doesn't use is that I bought her booties to be able to walk in the street when it's hot out, and like most dogs, I assume she doesn't love them. They are a little higher up, so I think that's partially why. I feel like if they were shorter and like didn't have to put as much of her like leg in it, I feel like she'd be okay with it. And then I bought her like a 2-foot by like 1-foot little pea mat fake grass thing, and she just doesn't really understand it. We do have fake grass that I just put out on my balcony, just like a strip I think we got from Goodwill, honestly. And she loves laying in the grass. So I put that on my balcony, and we'll see if she pees in it. It'll dry up. We're in Arizona. Like, I'm not really worried about it, but we'll see how that happens. But yeah, that is all that I remember buying my dog in the first month of having her. She's been a delight, and she's worth every penny, but I have definitely bought a lot. So yeah. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video, and let me know if you want to see any more Sadie videos. I'm trying to get more content about me and just like lifestyle type content. I don't want this channel to be all about my dog, even though she's actually my life right now. So my birthday is at the end of August, so you'll see some fun birthday content, very quarantine birthday content, but hopefully some fun content. But yeah, let me know what else you want to see from me, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye. So I have a, speaking of, we just got back from training, and so we're really tired. Cute, good girl. So Sadie will be joining us for this video now. Oh, and maybe Riley. You gonna come for the video? No, she didn't want to be in the video.